The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to Open, one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B. You can catch me on each and every night right after the Quiet Storm with my man, Lenny Green. Did you tell him that I talk about him every day? We promote him all over. Now he has the number one show. Lenny, that's because we here at BronxNet are talking about you. All right, we got a great show lined up for you today here on BronxNet. Coming up on today's show, we'll give you the resources you need to start your small business. Plus, we'll find out what one organization is doing to give all the students the materials that they need to succeed. It's a beautiful thing. After that, we'll sit down with a group bringing hope to the mind and creating a community of support. And finally, we'll learn about a program working to create a healthier Bronx. So stay tuned. All of some more is headed your way because we are now open. Catch everybody sitting, watching. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open, the one and only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. We got a great show lined up for you today, but first, let's check in with our resident DJ, Vince Bracey, on the ones and twos, and the old-time 8-track machine under the seat with the reel behind the curtains.
Dr. Bob Lee, what's going on today?
Good. How was your weekend?
It was great. I had an amazing time.
Yes. What did you do?
I went out, had some drinks with friends, got to party a little bit.
He was drinking Poland Springs
Yes.
water.
Got to stay hydrated always, at all times.
That's how you do it.
How about you, sir?
Yeah, I had a wonderful weekend. I was still running and reeling from building a radio station for the Frederick Douglass
Academy in Harlem, right?
That's what we do with the Make the Grade Foundation. That's one of our nonprofit organizations, and one of our programs deals with that, the building of radio stations, so that students can learn how to present themselves and learn how to communicate.
Ah, right. So they're gonna be like you someday. They're gonna be DJing on the ones and twos, and
they're gonna be better than us. They have the high technology and everything going on
at a young age at that.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing. You got to start early.
Very
now,
very
there are a
positive.
number of people celebrating birthdays. You can start off with some of the people here in the house.
Yeah, we have one of our floor manager actually today, Marley, just celebrated her birthday.
Happy birthday. Give them a big round of applause. You guys can clap too. Put the coffee on the side.
One of our BronxNet producers, Autumn, is celebrating a birthday.
Congratulations. Happy birthday to you, and many more.
That's our in-the-house birthdays. Aside from that, we also have Jessica Biel, actress. She turns 31 today. Herschel Walker, football player, is 51. David Faustino, I don't know if many people know who that is, but he played Bud Bundy on Married with Children. He's actually 39 years old today, so that's also your birthdays.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. And a lot of people celebrated over the weekend, so all of you who are watching and you're celebrating, we know somebody who's celebrating, tell them we said happy birthday to you and many more. That's the abbreviated edition. All right, so what's happening? Everybody thought we were going to get this big snowstorm, and then they said, it went off to the side, and
it was a light dusting.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything serious. I'm glad we're here today.
But I think we're number 2. This is the number 2 heaviest snowstorm or heaviest fall, something like that.
Maybe somewhere else.
And it's not over because March comes in like a what?
Like a lion?
A lamb, and goes out like like a lion.
Yeah, there you go. Comes in like a lamb. All right, cool.
All right. So you got some good music for us?
All the time.
What's that happy music? Turn that up just a little bit.
Yeah, I got you, Dr. Bob Lee.
Pharrell Williams doing this thing. His album drops today, by the way, right?
Oh, yes.
Turn them up some more. Turn them on. All right, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll take a good look at some events to help you get your business started. But first, let's take a good look at the ribbon cutting on the new internet radio station at the Frederick Douglass Academy. We call it WFDA, put together by MCU and MTG to Make the Grade Foundation for Education. Check it out. So here we are, we're at FDA, the Frederick Douglass Academy, where we spent some time, day and night, working hard with our sleeves rolled up, wiring up a radio station. We got the equipment in there, we got the students rehearsing, and they put on their first show today. And it was just, everybody had a great time. We had a ribbon cutting ceremony, and this is what it's all about. You know, this is another stream of income of wonderful feelings within what you're passionate about, you know, and it's a beautiful thing to feel too. And I want to experience more of that. We want to continue to help others get what they need out of life.
On today's show, we'll be interviewing Mark Brantley, chair of MCU, Dr. Bob Lee of 107.5 WBLS, and Mr. Joseph D. Gates, the principal of the Frederick Douglass Academy, home to WFDA.
And along with that, we have a special segment here today, being that it is February, Black History Day. We here at FDA would like to show gratitude and respect to those who opened the door for us. And two of our very own students exemplify this, Anthony Lee and Xavier Omar Ramirez, with their new rap single, Black History. So jam out to this and stay tuned, because we'll be right back.
We start a radio station. I get the same feeling. I just love to see you guys do your thing, and I'm just crying on the inside. Mr. Mark Brantley said he had chills, he had goosebumps. That's the effect. That's what it makes it. And a lot of people standing here feel the same thing. I'm sure your principal, Mr. Gates, feels that also. He's going to be coming up next. But it's a great feeling to watch you guys work.
Thank you so much. Well, that was just Dr. Bob Lee of 107.5 WBLS. Stay tuned for more.
And give yourselves a big round of applause. Everybody. Put it together. WFDA in the house. Yes, indeed. They put together a fantastic radio show, and we have these galas to raise money so that we can build radio stations like this and partner with wonderful people like MCU and other people in the community. We have our 10th anniversary coming up, and we would like to invite you guys to the 10th anniversary. You want to come? This year, we were celebrating 10 years. 10 years of the Make the Grade Foundation, the 10th anniversary of the gala, and Make the Grade Awards. The 10th anniversary should be like big and wonderful. Students are going to present. We'll have some of our friends come down, some of the recording artists. We'll have the honorees, and we'll have a good time. And most importantly, we'll raise some money so we can continue to build these radio stations for students in our community. And welcome back, everybody. You know, it makes you wipe your tears away just a little bit, because when you do something important like that in the community, just the feeling of it all is like unbelievable. And these youngsters are doing some wonderful things at the Frederick Douglass Academy, and they're working on content. You know, we talked about content, and they're programming a lot of their stuff right now. And if you go to Live 365, it's an app on your smartphone also, and punch in WFDA, you can hear some of the stuff that they're doing. You know, it's not a lot of content right now because we just put it up. But you can hear music running 24 hours a day. And in between, they have like little things that are coming up, like the quote of the day. It's going to be really nice. They're going to be talking about some of the things that they're doing in the school, talking about some of the things that are happening in the community, and they'll put it all together and have these fantastic radio shows. All right. Our first guest is the director of the Small Business Development Center, and he joins us today to share more about their work and upcoming events. And we welcome Clarence Stanley to the studio.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you,
Exactly,
and many more. Yes, happy birthday to you. We found out it was your birthday.
Thank you.
So tell us about some of the wonderful things that you guys are doing.
We've got, it's interesting. 2014 is here, and we see the stock market that we talk about hitting new highs every single day, and a kind of an indication of the economy and what's going on. And my goal and our goal continues to be to empower people, particularly in the Bronx, people in our communities to capitalize on this, to take advantage of situations, to start their own businesses, to take ownership of their communities.
Yeah.
You know, and as we begin to get into this new economy, to take advantage, and we want to show them how to learn to grow their businesses, learn to get to a point where they can own businesses. Don't work for somebody. We talk about this all the time.
Yes.
Work for yourself.
Right. How important is that? I mean, a lot of people say, I want to work for a corporation. I want to get that, all the benefits that come along with a corporation. But talk about some of the benefits that comes along with owning your own business.
A little known fact is that 95% of the people in this country work for small businesses. They don't work for the IBMs and the major corporations. They work for themselves, and they work for small businesses. That's that. We talk about the Bronx along Fordham Road. You got those retail stores. You got hundreds of stores that are owned by individuals.
Those all small businesses.
All small businesses. Yeah. Fordham Road. You go down to 149th Street, the Hub. You go on White Plains Road. You take a look at all these locations in the Bronx, and they're all small businesses, all run by people. And now with this new technology, everyone now is on the internet.
Yeah.
Everything is social media, and we talk about now how you reach your clients. You no longer reach your clients from that face-to-face contact anymore. You're doing things on the internet.
Social media.
Social media, things work, businesses from home. The biggest seller of products in this country right now is Amazon.com.
Yeah, wow.
And so now folks are going on, and Amazon doing everything.
And you can get everything on the internet. It was on the news this morning. They were talking about food. One of the biggest providers of food is on there also.
Exactly.
We thought it was one company, but this other company came up. It's going to be on New York Stock Exchange and all of that.
So we're showing folks how to leverage that. It's like, how do you? Yes, I can help you get your business started. I can help you get a loan. We can help you with your business plan and so forth. But then, how do you sustain yourself? But the main thing, Dr. Lee, is trying to get folks to take ownership of their communities. Yeah. We saw this up in Upper Manhattan when Harlem changed. Yeah. We saw when Brooklyn changed.
So when the Bronx changed in a lot of areas.
We're going to ready for it. We've got some wonderful things going on in the Bronx right now. As you know, we got the Macy's Mall coming in. Yeah. The Macy's Mall will be one of the largest indoor malls in the country. Now we're looking for vendors, folks to come in and start their businesses and occupy space in this mall.
What would that do to small businesses in the area?
That would create opportunities, basic opportunities to start businesses and to put yourself back to work. And, working for someone, yes, it's nice to work for somebody because you get that steady paycheck. But if if you're an employer, what do you want to do? You want to keep your costs down. You want to keep your costs down. You want to pay little as you can to your employees and keep as much as you can for yourself. Right. Well, let's turn that around. Let's let you own the business, and you maximize your bottom line. That bottom line is all yours.
Say that again. Wait a minute. Hold on. Check this out. Say that again.
You maximize that bottom line to make that bottom line go to you, not to somebody else. And so when someone begins to downsize the corporation, you see this Chase Manhattan Bank, they lay off thousands of people because they want to reduce the bottom line for the stockholders. Well, if you own a business, guess who the stockholder is? That's you. You're the owner. Yeah. So let's try and get that. That's what I want to encourage. And guess what? The opportunities to do that are right here. Mm-hmm. You have the resources. We can help you get financing. We can do the SBA guaranteed loans. Yeah. To start up a business, to expand the business, to whatever business needs to do, we can do that right here.
You've been helping out a lot of businesses over the years. Name some of those successful companies.
Oh, we got a lot of business. We got some businesses, for example, a guy by the name of Rafael Alvarez. He had his tax practice. Yeah. And he took that tax practice and grew from a small business. Now he does about 50,000 tax returns per year. And he now turned into a franchise. So now we do franchise. So the franchise is starting to grow. We're starting to see Papa John's. We do Little Caesars, Golden Crust. Anyone wants to start a franchise, we can do it right here through the Small Business Development Center. Yeah. Another important point now, if you are a veteran, veterans get not preference. We can help veterans, encourage veterans to get back on their feet. Yeah. And the franchise fees are lowered. And we will help them put together their entire franchise package.
So there are more benefits if you're a veteran to help you get started in the business.
Exactly, particularly the service-able, disabled veterans. That's a population that really needs our support.
The government benefits from
government benefits as well as loans for small businesses and a lot of support, a lot of technical support that they need. That's primarily what they need, technical support. That's great. Guys that coming back, you talked about veterans that are having difficulty adjusting. We work on that, and that's important.
So if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service. Come on in and start a small business. Get yourself started. Then Clarence will hook you up with all that stuff with the small business loans and all the wonderful things that you can get through the government and and some of the benefits right here in our community.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the difference between having you can have your business, but adding on a franchise?
You know, that's interesting. So I was working with a young lady in the Bronx here. She had a beauty salon, and she had a good concept. She wanted to take the beauty salon and kind of make that salon take it universal. She had a beauty salon that did different things. The beauty salon that just did massages and facials and so forth, but she also sold products.
Yeah.
So she was selling products herself, and so we.
It was her own line of products.
Her own. Well, actually, she was getting. We're going to get international trade. She was buying the products from other countries.
Got it.
And so that's going to be a good segue to my international trade.
And all of that stuff. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that movie. I forgot about hair, and they show that you buy as a group, and you keep everything within this co-op.
Yeah.
And you control it.
That's what a lot of people do.
That's what they should be doing.
But some people don't get it.
Some don't get it. You buy the co-op, and that way you control what you're doing. So we talked about that, and so we put together a model of the way this beauty salon should look, and we put that into a package, and this becomes the business model, and then we're going to take that to a franchise organization and get this person franchised to begin to sell the same model throughout the country.
Yeah.
Okay, so a franchise is a good thing, but there's some upsides and downsides to a franchise. Me personally, I generally recommend that if you own a business, instead of franchise, just branch out. Open different branches.
There you go.
You know, and if you franchise, certain franchises right now having some difficulties.
Yeah.
Quiznos, as you know, has filed bankruptcy.
Wow.
So because it's remarkably competitive. So you got pizzas and so all these businesses now are finding the competition, they're getting fierce, and everyone's still back managing that bottom line.
What about partnerships? Are you for or against partnerships?
You know, I'll tell you, sometimes I like partnerships. When you get two people in a room, they don't always agree. So I would, partnerships are fine if it's family and close. But sometimes, you know, people, even, I don't want to say marriages, but sometimes your partner, your spouse can be.
It is a marriage, though.
It is a marriage. The partnership's a marriage, and you need to think about that. And think about how that partnership is going to be structured, whether you're going to split the profits 50-50 or whether one person is bringing more to the partnership than the other. One person may be bringing the knowledge and the
There's
information.
always that argument in there.
Yeah, and so you decide, well, how do we split up that bottom line? Back to the bottom line.
Yeah,
bottom line.
All right, so we have something big coming up. Tell us about that.
One thing unique about the Bronx. The Bronx is an international community. We're from all over the world, and I talk to folks about going global. To couple of factors. One, the total population in the United States and the globe on the entire universe is over 7 billion people. Wow. 7 billion with a B throughout the world.
The big B.
And the United States is 300 million people. So now, I'm recommending the businesses that you try and go international with your business model. If you're from a certain country, let's say you're from South America, you're from the West Indies, you're from Africa, you got family there, and they're producing products. Well, don't just bring the products to the United States. Take those products, and you're going to get help from the Small Business Administration. You're going to get help from the Department of Commerce. We're trying to improve this country's balance of trade and balance of payments. We're trying to get the United States to create jobs by becoming a net exporter of products. So I'm suggesting, if you have a business, you want to take it global. Instead of selling just the United States, sell to China. Now, we have a network in the Small Business Administration. There's SBDC local, but there's also SBDC global. The SBDC is in every country. Just about every country in the world. So you want to do business in China, we will show you how to get your business structured where you can do business with the Chinese government. You're talking 1.5 billion people in China. So what we're doing now with the internet, instead of bringing your product into the United States, transship those products to other countries. So at this workshop, we're going to talk about how to structure yourself. And on the internet, you don't need a physical presence. You can you don't have to have the products come. You don't have to have an inventory.
No.
You can have the inventory produced in that other country. If it's in the West Indies, you're producing all these tropical fruits and foods, cosmetics, and you can ship that stuff directly to your customers overseas.
Isn't that something? And we're going to learn about this at the International Trade Workshop,
Export
Import
right
Trade.
Here at Lehman College. And I think I talk to businesses in the Bronx. You got a store, you want to expand your business, go get yourself a website and start selling stuff. Become to Amazon.com, not just for the United States, become to Amazon.com globally.
There you go. All right, this is it. All the information, April 1st, right?
April 1st, right here at Lehman College, 10 o'clock, right here at Lehman College, Common Hall.
All right. Clarence Stanley, give him a big round of applause, everybody. He'll show you the way, show you how to make a whole lot of money. You want your pockets fat? Clarence Stanley will show you how to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Always
again.
a wealth of information. We love you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we got to take a quick break right here, but coming up, we'll get you connected to the Learning Crew. You got the Learning Crew in the house? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
That was a great show.
Barry, time is running out. According to my calculations, 1 in 5 kids in America struggles with hunger. How can so many children face hunger when there's more than enough food to feed them all?
Babadoo.
You're right, Barry. We can help solve hunger by teaming up with Feeding America to get food to hungry kids in communities across the country.
Help Flint and the Feeding America network of food banks get food to the people who need it in your community. Find your local Feeding America food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Together, we're Feeding America.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's gonna happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Look at the talented artist. Check this out.
My home in Jersey, it's nearly ripped in two. Came up here to find some work, but what I found was true. When you're down, look around, the only thing to do. Pick up the pieces and fight. Pick up the pieces and fight. Gather up your pride. Stick together and fight. Mama told me when you're down, pick up the pieces and fight. You got your friends and family, you know the love is true. But even they can't get it right, it's gotta come from you. Now wipe away those tears and fright. Pick up the pieces and fight. Pick up the pieces and fight. Pick up the pieces and fight. Gather up your pride. Stick together told me when you're down, pick up the pieces and fight.
When times get tough, the tough get going. I've seen enough tears to sail across my own ocean. But we never give up. If you fall down, all you gotta do is get up. Son, keep your head up. I know you feel fed up. You wonder when the storm's gonna let up. But all you gotta do is stay true to you. Then watch your world start to look a lot better. Nothing lasts forever. My friend, don't give in to the pressure. No need to let the nonsense stress you. Yo, you gotta fight for your right to live. For your mind, let it shine bright. That's all it is. Yeah, we're stronger than the storm.
Came up here to find some work, but what I found was true. When you're down, look around, the only thing to do. Pick up the pieces and fight. Pick up the pieces and fight. Gather up your pride. Stick together and fight. Mama told me when you're down, pick up the pieces and fight. You got your friends and family. You know that love is true, but even they can't get it right. It's gotta come from you. Wipe away those tears of pride. Pick up the pieces and fight. Pick up the pieces and fight. Pick up the pieces and fight. Gather up your pride. Stick together and fight. Mama told me when you're down, pick up the pieces and fight. Pick up the pieces and fight. Stronger than a storm. Gather up your pride. Stick together and fight. Mama told me when you're down, pick up the pieces and fight. Mama told me when you're down, pick up the pieces and fight. Mama told me when you're down, pick up the pieces and fight.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and I'm here with some very wonderful people. We got the learning leaders, and they work to provide students with the tools needed to succeed. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? And we are pleased to be joined by the Executive Director, Jane Hafey, and also the Director of Educational Services in the Bronx, and Felicia Wilson-Ocasio. We welcome you guys to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, yes. So you're doing some wonderful things. Can you share a little bit about the Learning Connect?
Yeah, Learning Leaders is all about helping public school students succeed, right? These are our kids, this is our city. And our motto or our feeling is that everybody has to get involved. And so we're about bringing in and engaging families and communities to be the active partners that they want to be. So what does that mean? We train family members and community members to be volunteers in public schools, so taking on all kinds of roles, but mostly academic support roles. And we also work directly with parents. They may not have time to volunteer. We can't all volunteer. But we all, as parents, I know we speak as two public school parents, it's a big, bad world that can be very confusing about how you help your kids succeed. And so we have workshops that teach simple strategies that we can do at home with our kids to really build their education. Kids are only in class part of their lives, right? But the rest of their education has to happen outside of classrooms.
Exactly. Never stop reading. Always pick up something and read it.
And as parents, often we're wondering, how do we do it? How do we do it right? How do we do it better? So in these workshops, we really try to give parents the tools to help them feel more comfortable in supporting their children at home.
That's great. So why did you start a program like this?
We started almost 60 years ago, right? And by a bunch of civic-minded New Yorkers who said teachers have too many responsibilities to be able to spend all the time with children that they need. And we have evolved over 60 years as our communities have changed. We have changed as well. But the need is the same, right? That for children to succeed, we know it takes a village, and that part has not changed. But what has changed is we've got new languages in our membership. People are from all over the world. We represent, because we're in 5 boroughs across New York, we represent really, as you were saying with the last guest, we're such a richly diverse city, so is Learning Leaders. And we are in 73 schools in the Bronx, about 300 schools across the city, so that we're really working with kids in lots of communities and with their families, so that the families and the kids can work together for the best success possible.
Yeah. Now, do you work with the Department of Education? Do you work with the PTA and guidance counselors?
We work with a lot of members of the school community. We work a lot with the parent coordinators in the school, a lot with the parents associations and the parent leaders to really get the word out to the parents in that particular school about what programs we're offering and what services we can really provide to them, and to get the parents to take advantage of everything we've got.
Do a lot of parents get involved, or they're still like standoffish, and sometimes they don't come to a lot of the PTA meetings?
There's lots of barriers why parents aren't involved. Sometimes, some of it's just straight up complicated lives, busy, right?
Yeah,
We're all can
New
be
York
very
City,
busy.
Tri-State area.
And one thing that's important to keep in mind is that parents may be involved. They just may not be at school, right? Their jobs may not allow them to be at open school night at those exact times.
And I'm sure some of the students don't want them there.
Well, that's a different story. That's always a different story. But even when kids say they don't want us involved, they do. They need us, right?
Yeah.
As much as they talk about otherwise. But the thing about parents getting involved is sometimes people are nervous or shy. Maybe they had bad experience in their own schooling and they feel a little uncomfortable. And so schools don't always know how to make it feel like an open door policy.
Right.
Sometimes people aren't comfortable with their English and feel nervous about going in and trying to express their concerns about their kids' education. They may have a variety of other reasons. And so what we do is we open the doors. We really work with schools to create a feeling of welcome, and that all resources are needed, and parents have more resources often than they realize. They may not feel, I'm not a teacher, what can I do? But you can read with a child and help that child develop his or her reading skills. You can read to a class some storybook that they would love to hear from you.
These are things that parents can do?
These are things that parents can do. So maybe you're the teacher and you've got some kids you want to work with one-on-one, and I'm your volunteer. I could be doing a read aloud, right? So that it allows you as the teacher a little more time to specialize with a couple of kids. Or if I'm your volunteer, you may ask me to work with a couple of kids one-on-one.
Yeah.
And we really try to make a welcoming environment. So in the workshops that we do, any of our work with parents, it's really about encouraging them to come in and getting them to also share their experiences with us and also with each other, because they learn from each other, and it helps them to build a network in their school as well.
And you work with a number of...
Well, I was just going to... Felicia makes a great point about they learn from each other. One of the big things that we see at Learning Leaders is that parents contribute to the school. Now, mind you, they're not in their own kids' classroom, so they're there as a parent of all the kids in the school. But they also bring those new skills that they practice as a volunteer to home. So you're sitting at the kitchen table with things that you've learned at your training as a volunteer, and now you're practicing them with your child. And we've seen the children of volunteer scores go up, and the children of volunteers attendance go up. So it's really a win-win in lots of different directions.
And it's important too, because everybody is on the same page.
On the same page.
You're sitting there, and your child brings home some work, and then you're like, wow,
this is not what I used to
do. We hear that a lot. We hear that a lot. I don't know how to do this. And we try to help alleviate those fears and also let them know that it's okay to learn with their children.
Exactly. Don't feel left out. Get involved.
Get involved. If you see Felicia do a workshop, you'll see her just reduce the anxiety in the room. That parents' heartbeats are going down because they realize we can do this. Some of the topics are academics, like building in literature and reading into your home life, or math. You don't need fancy stuff. You need beans and pennies to practice counting. You don't
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something? Very easy strategies.
Stuff you've got or stuff you get at the 99-cent store. Very easy to access.
And some of the other exactly.
2.
So now how many do we have? That's at the lower grades, right? And then you can follow your child up and realize that it's not just up to school, but that kids spend more of their time not in school. And so it's really how, as families and communities, we can keep that learning going.
And continue to learn. You don't have to be in school to learn. My father always said that. Always pick up something and read it. Pick up something and wave it. Pick up something and wave it.
Your dad should have been a learning leader.
He was. He was like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
He kept reading. Who are some of the partners that you're dealing with?
Well, we work with the United Federation of Teachers here in the Bronx and in the 5 boroughs. We often partner with a lot of community-based organizations, so we might be working with after-school programs that are in the school or in the community. We might be working with small community-based organizations that are serving different populations. Sometimes we're working with local pre-Ks or Head Start programs. So we have a lot of partnerships within the different boroughs that we work in, and especially here in the Bronx.
And our main partners are our schools and the Department of Education, all together. I mean, you can hear the sort of the list of community groups coming together.
Yeah, and it's important because, all too often everybody's doing their own thing, but the student needs to find out and know that everybody's moving in the same direction for the common cause to help that student become successful. You have so many community-based organizations. Everybody has their own agenda. I want to do this, I want to do that. But if there was an organization that came together and said, look, let's do it this way. This is what we're going to teach. Let's move the students in this direction. Other people are trying to do it. People spend millions of dollars to try to get you to look at their commercial or listen to their commercial on radio or TV.
We had a market for something good for kids.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good way to describe what we do, because you have all these parents in the community or community members. They don't have to be parents. They could be grandparents. It could be anybody who wants to give back to kids. It may not mean that they feel super confident, but with the training, they'll get ready and they'll feel ready. But having 20 people ready to help you as a principal can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
As you said, you got to bring everything together and feel organized and structured, and that's a big part of what we do. And then learning leaders walk around with their badge and they know they're part of a movement together to really support kids. So it's sort of unionizing on a not the union level, but bringing us all together, unifying.
Yes. That's great. Who does give us one success story, and then he's doing this like this. Good. I'm gonna call you out. We call him SONZ, sons. And, he's wrapping me up. But give us a success story, and then how can people get involved?
Yeah, success stories all over the city. I'll let Felicia tell a little story about it. Maybe a recent volunteer.
One of the recent volunteers I can think of, we have a grandmother who started volunteering in her granddaughter's school when she was probably in 1st grade. And she said, you know what, I just want to know about what she's doing. I want to be able to follow her. And she has been at that school for the past 8 years.
Wow.
And now she started out with the lower grades, the little ones. Now she's volunteering, helping with reading, with writing, with math. And her granddaughter is heading off to high school, and she is still volunteering there at the elementary school and really trying to bring people in the community to come into the school and do the same thing.
You know what you guys do? You created a passion for somebody. Yeah.
Yes, we channel the passion.
How can people get involved, and where can we get more information on what you guys are doing?
Well, there's a lot of information on our website, learningleaders.org. So if you want to volunteer, if you want to be a donor, if you want to learn more information about getting involved, we hope that you'll check out our website and you can contact us directly.
Pick me.
We'd love to have you. So that's a good place to go first, our website.
Okay. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Jane Hayfie, Executive Director, Learning Leaders, and Felicia Wilson Ocasio. She's the Director of Educational Services at the Bronx Learning Center, Learning Leaders. All right, we thank you guys for coming in and being a part of what's happening and sharing that wonderful information with us, and continue to do the good works in our community, working with all of our partners and community-based organizations. We thank you. We appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you too.
All right, we got to take a short break right here, but when we return, we'll find out about what one group is doing to bring hope to the mind. But first, I'd like to let you know that the Bronx Speaks No Boundaries art exhibit is going to take place. It's going to take place at the Bronx Museum from March 5th to the 9th, so I want you to check that out, okay? We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WBLS, and when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're gonna be hanging out a little bit more.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Grooves Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Maybe he's really focused.
Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
The Foundation House works to create a community of support and fight the stigma behind mental illness. Joining us to share more about the great services they provide is Program Director Elliot Madison and member Keisha Brown. We welcome you guys to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, welcome to Open. All right, first time?
Absolutely.
Ah, okay. No problem. We're going to make you feel as comfortable as possible.
Well, she says she's been watching the show for a while.
You have? Oh, so you know the deal. All right, you know what's going on. All right, tell us about the Fountain House a little bit. Who wants to start that out?
Well, I'll start. Fountain House, Bronx. Fountain House has been around for about 60 plus years in Hell's Kitchen, and we've recently opened up a community in the Bronx. And what we're doing is we're working with adults with mental illness.
Yes.
And what specifically we're doing is that for many people, once they find out that they have a mental illness, there's this kind of fear that occurs. And if they search it on the internet, they see that people that have mental illness have 9 times higher unemployment rate.
Yeah.
They drop out of school more, and they have a morbidity rate. They die 25 years earlier. So they lose hope. They get scared. And we're there to say for 60 plus years we've been showing it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
We have people employed, we have people in school, we have people living full and rich lives, and we do that together as a group.
So how do you break that stigma? People watching saying, oh, no, the doctor said I'm on this medication, I'm on this, and I have this. I'm not going out there. I'm not going to expose myself to the public.
Sure. I mean, it's a real stigma. We break it by doing everyday things like coming together, showing people, that are in the community in the Bronx that they can go to work. And we have people working. We have people working all over. We have people going to school. We have people going to this university right here, Lehman College.
Know that it's okay. It's a whole community of folk that, have many problems, have many different situations.
Right. And we provide the support to help them out.
Are you one of the people who attend?
Yes, I'm one of the members of Fountain House, and I've been a member for 8 months since it started, since they took over, and it's been awesome for me because when I first got diagnosed back in 2001 with bipolar disorder, I was in denial first of all, because I'm like, what is this I have, and then like my whole world came falling around me because I was in nursing school.
You was in what?
I was in nursing school.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like a little depressed, and I didn't know what was going on with myself, and I didn't understand the disease. But then when I've researched it for myself, and I got myself together, and I was trying to go back to college, but it just didn't work.
It was
so
heavy.
I found Guild Clubhouse, which was the former name of Fountain House. I was a member there since 2009, and then when Fountain House Bronx took over, just opened more doors for me.
Right.
And I'm going to be going back to school in July.
Well, you're a strong woman, you know. Yeah, give her a big round of applause. We love it, yeah.
I'm going to be going back to Howard T. Hart for peer advocacy.
Yeah.
And that's a 9-month program that's going to be helping me get back into the workforce as well.
It's a tough thing to try to realize that you have a problem, have a situation, and to use everything that you got to break through.
Yeah.
And take it to the next level, knowing that, hey, I got this situation here, but I'm not going to let it defeat me. And you're going to use all the things around you in your community. You can use the Fountain House and all of your knowledge. I mean, you have nursing skills and everything.
Yeah,
you know? Look
that's
at you.
my background.
Look at you. Yes. So how did you feel? How did you know that you were bipolar? What were some of the things that were happening?
Mm-hmm. The bipolar runs in my family, but I didn't know like what was going on with me. I just was feeling a little weird that one day I was in nursing school. They said I was acting like not myself.
Yeah.
They took me to the hospital, but they didn't have a diagnosis for me at first.
Yeah.
And
but you knew something was a little off.
Yeah, I knew something wasn't right. But and then I went through a season of depression. Mm-hmm. And when I was in Harlem Hospital in 2001, July,
mm-hmm.
they diagnosed me with bipolar disorder.
That's when the fight began, huh? I'm going to take some steps necessary.
Well, at first I was like really depressed. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just would be in bed all day and just come out certain times of the day. I wouldn't really communicate with anybody, just my family.
So this bipolar thing was a fight with yourself, right? Two different personalities coming in?
Yes, it was. It was a fight with myself.
Yeah. Well, thank God for the Fountain House, and thank God for being as strong as you are to help move to the next level. How many clients do you serve in your program?
We serve a little over 100 right now. We opened in July. We're hoping to grow. There's a huge need here in the Bronx. One of the things about our program, of course, is it's free. Mm-hmm. Which is a real need for people that maybe don't have benefits or don't have money, and it's a free program, and it's a voluntary program, and we're really trying to build partners, and we have in the Bronx community.
Yes.
We have lots of partners in Manhattan, where we've been for 60 years, but we've only been here for 6 months.
Yeah.
So we're looking out at business partners to help our people give a foot in the door for our people to start working. We work with a few of the hospitals here, so we're really looking to build bridges here.
How is your program, Elliot, funded?
Our program is funded through a combination of state and city money, mental health money from the city, and private donations.
And how did you come to work with the program?
I came to work there 14 years ago for the National Institute of Mental Health. I was working for the federal government, and I found out about this program, and I went to it kind of skeptical because I had heard some things about it, and I was like, how's this going to work? Because there's no therapy there, there's no psychiatrists there, there's no nurses there, there's no medication.
But there's follow-up.
There's follow-up, and what we find is that when I went there, I saw a vibrant community of people working together. I was just shocked. I said, okay, and a week later I put in my application and I got hired.
Yeah. All right. You're in the right place. You're passionate about some of the things that you do, right?
It's hard not to be when you go there and you hear stories of people.
I know. Keisha's like lighting up the scene. Can I get a high five on the set? Bam! Just like that. All right. So what is your vision from here on out?
Well, our vision is to expand our services to as many people in the Bronx that need it, and to build partnerships to break that stigma, to work with local communities, to work with specifically local business people here, to really break the stigma. It's a secret and silent disease, mental illness. You can't see it. But it can have devastating effects on people's lives, but there is hope. And hope is by coming together, not just Fountain House, but the entire Bronx community coming together and helping these folks.
Keisha, how does Keisha stay on top of the bipolar part that wants to create the problem of depression and all those other things that will keep you just laying back?
First of all, I take my medication. Second of all, I make sure I keep my appointments with my therapist and my psychiatrist. And I have places like Fountain House to go to every day if I want to.
Is there workshops in there that will help you
It's not really workshops. It's like a voluntary program that we go to, and you know, I usually do like reception work, data entry. Sometimes I cook.
Yes, you do.
And you're helping other people with problems like yours, right? And that's therapy in itself, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Wow, Keisha, we got to give it to you. We got to come over and visit your place and see people like Keisha.
We'd love to. We'd love to have you.
All right, we're gonna come in and get lit up by people like Keisha. Okay, where can people get more information on what you guys are doing?
They can go on to our website, Fountain House Bronx. They could come and call us and come and take a tour of the place. We give tours every day.
Every Wednesday.
And we're at 564 Walton Avenue, which is right off Grand Concourse and 149th. So we're right by Hostas.
Is it a day thing or people spend the night?
No, it's a day thing. They come anywhere between 9 to 5, and you know they can come in and check it out. We'd be glad to have them.
There you go. Elliot Madison, Program Director of the Fountain House. Woo, doing some wonderful things. And my girl, Keisha Brown, Fountain House member. Thank you guys so much for sharing all that wonderful information with us.
Thank you for having us.
Give us a number where people can get in touch with you. Or a website?
Website, fountainhousebronx.org.
Fountainhousebronx.org. Thank you guys so much. All right, give them a big round of applause, everybody. We got to take a quick break right here, but when we return, we'll find out about a program bringing natural foods to the Bronx. But first, let's take a good look at the kickoff of the Mercy College Mobile Health Vehicle. Check it out.
Today's event is the inaugural launch of our Mercy College's Physician Assistant Mobile Health Vehicle. And we are partnering with Sharon Baptist Head Start Program. We're very excited. We are coming out into the community to meet some of the community's needs, doing health screenings.
This is wonderful. This is a wonderful opportunity for everyone to start getting healthier. And so I think by having a visual here, the mobile coming here more often, I think the community will take advantage of it.
We are set up today with our students on board, a lot of getting the experience outside of the classroom for them to really be able to assess what are the needs of the community.
I mean, we learn so much in the classroom, but looking at the underserved is really what to focus on here. To actually come out here and to actually see the community, the patients in the community, and being able to really preventative medicine is really the key here.
We can then refer them to a primary care doctor if you know the need arises, and even if they have no significant finding, we can still make those introductions. I think continuity of care is lacking in many places. We just happen to be located in the Bronx.
Let's do it, Head Start.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, you know, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's going to happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
And welcome back to Open, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. We're having fun right here on Channel 67's Open. Park Justice CSA. It works to bring fresh grown food to the Bronx. And joining us to share more about the great resources is membership coordinator Lisette Bonfonte.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Did I say right? Bonfonte.
Bonfonte, yes.
It's like I'm almost ready to speak French or something like Bonfonte.
Almost.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
but yeah.
Thank you so much. It's Spanish, Colombia, right?
Yes.
Colombian. All right, what is CSA? Tell us about it.
CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. It's a program that is built by residents of the community and residents who want to have access to vegetables, local vegetables from a farm, a family farm. Yeah. Basically, Park Justice CSA was created by a resident. Her name was Sharon Wang, and she wanted it to have fresh local vegetables, organic vegetables that don't have chemicals in her community.
Why didn't you bring some here? We could have put them all over the table right here. And I could have been eating on the carrot and talking to you at the same time.
Of course,
dipping
anytime.
it in some sauce or something. I don't know.
So
next time?
Next time.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
So then it's built by the residents, and it was created by Sharon Wang, and she wanted it and to have the community to have access to local vegetables.
Yeah.
So residents who are interested in this become members, and they pay the farm in advance, five months of vegetables deliveries.
So the community who are interested in these farm products coming into the area they become a member, and
Yes.
they pay a certain amount to the farm.
Yes, to the
So
farm.
it helps them with the growing and crop,
Yes, all the money goes to the farm.
Good, good, good.
It is not for the middleman or the supermarket.
Straight to the farm,
It's
straight to the hood.
Straight
Products
to the farm,
hood.
straight to the person. So you basically become a member by paying in advance because the farm plants these vegetables and it's already paid for. So what you're doing is you're paying the farmer for what all this work that farmer has done to grow your food.
This is like upstate New York?
Yes.
Have you been to the site already?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
shucks.
So
Can
the
we take a
members.
camera up there and watch them plant? Because there's what do you call it? Planting season and then harvest season.
Yes, and well, right now members have the ability to visit the farm during October season. So it's not like we have a big bus. We actually have community engagement. We not only get vegetables, receive vegetables every year. We communicate with each other. We say, oh, we have a car. Let's go this morning. We all meet up and we go and enjoy ourselves. And
So you get a bunch of people, one behind the other, a long line of cars.
Yes, family.
traveling up
oh,
there?
I have like a chair. I have
A
an extra
convoy.
seat.
Do you put the CB radio in there? Hey, we're gonna make a left up here.
That sounds fun, but
Yeah.
I'd say kind of like that. Yes.
Yeah, so you just choose like a Saturday, leave early one Saturday morning or something like that.
Everybody that's become a member starts from June 28th, and if the season finishes on November 16.
Oh wow!
So you will pick up your vegetables every Saturday. And you don't really have to worry about buying vegetables after this because.
So you can they don't bring them down to the community, Parkchester community, right? You go up and you get them.
No.
They do a little bit of both.
Well, let me explain. The vegetables are delivered here in the site of in Parkchester at the St. Paul Lutheran Church, right by Parkchester Station.
Okay.
So that's when the distribution site is, and members come every Saturday morning from 10 to 12 to pick up their CSA share. You could say it has 7 to 9 variety of vegetables.
Wow, that's great.
And
I'm
there's
gonna go down there and make me a big pot of soup and add some things to it. Oh. Wow.
And we have cooking demonstrations, and we have booklets for people who are interested in knowing more about how to cook these vegetables, what type of recipes I can use. Sometimes the vegetables may be unfamiliar to them because they don't really. It's not so much available at the local supermarkets.
And you got to eat it right away because it doesn't have any spray or anything to try to keep it. These are organically grown.
Actually, these vegetables, because they don't have any harmful chemicals, they don't have GMOs and things like that, or pesticides, they actually last a long time. And and we communicate with the members of how to preserve the vegetables, how to take care of them better, and yeah, it's all about community engagement, about bettering the health of our neighborhood, and
Do you have to live in the community in order to become a member, or anybody can join?
Anybody can join.
How much do I need? How do I join?
Okay. The membership for the 5 months it's $400, which is basically $20 a week on vegetables if you look at it.
It's an investment in your health.
It is a good investment because I personally, as a college student, I did marketing research for the neighborhood to kind of help to know the community more, for the program to know the community. So a lot of these residents in this area spend more than $20 a week on vegetables. They spend an average of $34. So if you look at it, you're actually making a good investment. And you're not getting crappy, let's say.
Because you may spend more than that in the supermarket.
You are getting the highest quality vegetable because it's coming straight from a farm. It's not in a supermarket where they leave it for a couple of days.
What do they use as fertilizer?
What do they use to fertilize?
Yeah. I know, you don't have to tell me. You mix it up with a bunch of stuff.
There's different seeds. I mean, there's going to be a Meet the Farmer event, which you get to speak to the actual farmer, Cheryl Rakwaski.
That's an event that's getting ready to happen?
Yes, it will be March 15th.
Oh, okay.
At the St. Paul Lutheran Church at McGraw Avenue, right across the street from Parkchester Station.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's a great opportunity for you to meet the farmer, to know Rakwaski Farm, to know how she grows her food, what's going on this season, because what's going on with the weather, how is this going to affect our vegetables, because it's all about the environment and affects also our food. As you know, so it's about growing and about bettering the environment and the community.
Beautiful. What's the name of the farm again up there?
Rakwaski Farm.
Rakwaski.
Yes, it's a family farm. Yes, and
New York State.
Yes, Pine Island, New York.
Pine Island, New York. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you. You know, next time you come, can you bring some? Well, you got to wait until harvest season, right?
If you can come to our Meet the Farmer, you can get to meet the farmer and get to taste also great food from the farm.
They make salads and everything right there?
They're going to have good goodies to taste that is made directly from the chef upstate.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that beautiful information with us, Karen.
Thank you for this opportunity.
All right. Is there a website where we can go and check it out?
Yes, we can actually go to our blog, parkchestercsa.blogspot.com. You can go to our Facebook, Parkchester CSA, or Twitter. And you can also email us at parkchestercsa@gmail.
Eat well. You got some wonderful farm things coming. What was something like lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, and
there's a lot
corn and all kinds of stuff,
right? Yeah, heirloom tomatoes, different type of lettuce, scallions, purslane, beets, potatoes.
All of that stuff. Oh,
potatoes.
I'm hungry. Look at that. Get your salad on, get your health on. Lisette Bonfonte, give her a big round of applause, everybody. Membership coordinator, Parkchester CSA. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, you come back and share some more and bring the vegetables. Lace up the table. And
anytime.
Make a nice decoration. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank our guests for joining us and you, the viewer, for tuning in and checking it all out. If you missed any part of today's show, you can tune into the recablecast of Open at 5 and 10 p.m. or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org, or you can catch an all-new episode Wednesday at 10 a.m. with my man, Darren Jaime. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let the choice control the chooser. Eat well, be happy. What's that song again? Happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. No, that's not the one, but do that one. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day. We love you all. Peace.